They often say that the loudest person in the room is the weakest, but they never tell you what the quietest man is thinking. Bruce Lee was a man of motion. Yes, we saw the lightning-fast strikes, we saw the tension in his muscles, but the real battle, the one that truly matters to a man as he reaches the autumn of his life, was fought in the absolute silence of his own mind. To the man watching this right now, perhaps sitting in your favorite chair or working in your garage, I want you to look at the image on your screen. Look into those eyes. That isn't just a movie star. That is a man who understood something we often forget. That life is not a sprint. It's a siege. In 1970, the dragon fell. Not in a fight, not on a movie set, but in a quiet training room. A fourth sacral nerve injury. The doctors, men of science and cold facts, looked at him and said, "Bruce, it's over. You will never kick again. You might never walk normally again." For 6 months, he was confined to a bed. Imagine that. A man defined by his movement, suddenly rendered motionless. Many of you listening know this feeling. The feeling when your body starts to betray you, when the back pain, the old injuries, or the sheer weight of the years makes you feel like your best days are behind you. What did Bruce do? He didn't spiral into pity. He didn't ask, "Why me?" Instead, he asked, "What now?" He used those 6 months of paralysis to write. He studied philosophy. He realized that when the body's broken, the mind must become the master. He realized that a man's true strength isn't measured by his bench press or his speed, but by his ability to remain still while the world around him burns. We all know the famous quote, "Be water, my friend." But have you ever truly meditated on what that means for a man over 50? Water is soft, it yields, it flows, but water is also the most destructive force in nature. It doesn't fight the rock, it flows around it, and over 1,000 years, the rock is gone and the water remains. As we age, we try to be rocks. We try to be rigid. We hold on to our old ways, our anger, our pride. But a rock can be shattered. A rock can be broken by a single heavy blow. Water cannot be hurt. Bruce Lee's stoicism wasn't about being emotionless. It was about being unfuckwithable. It was about knowing that no matter what life throws at you, whether it's a health scare, a financial setback, or the loss of a loved one, you have a core inside you that remains calm. Like the depths of the ocean, even if there is a storm on the surface, the bottom is peaceful. If you want to be a master of your own life, you must make peace with being alone. Bruce was surrounded by thousands of fans, but he was a lonely man. Because greatness is a lonely road, he spent hours, days, years, practicing the same punch in the dark. There is a dignity in that solitude. To the men listening, sometimes your family doesn't understand your drive. Sometimes the world makes you feel invisible. But Bruce taught us that the only person you ever need to impress is the man staring back at you in the mirror. Do you have the discipline to do the right thing when no one is watching? Do you have the strength to wake up at 5 a.m.? Not because you have to, but because it's who you are. That is the warrior's path. It's not about the fight in the ring. It's about the fight in the kitchen, the fight at the desk, the fight in the quiet moments before sleep. As we close this chapter today, I want you to remember this. Bruce Lee died young, but he lived 1,000 years in that short time. Not because of his fame, but because of his will. You're not too old to start again. You're not too broken to find your discipline. The dragon is gone, but the fire he lit, that fire is currently sitting in your chest. Don't let it go out. Be water, be still, and above all, be the master of your own soul. Bruce Lee once said something that terrified the average man. He said, "The art of living is the art of dying." And to a young man, that sounds like a riddle. But to the man who has seen his friends pass, who has seen his parents grow frail, those words carry the weight of a mountain. Bruce wasn't talking about the end of the pulse. He was talking about the death of the ego. Every day, We carry around this heavy armor, our titles, our past successes, our regrets. We're so busy protecting who we were that we forget to be who we are. Bruce taught us that to truly live, you must kill the man you were yesterday. If you are 50 and you are still trying to be the man you were at 25, you're already dead. The warrior's stoicism is found in the acceptance of change, like the seasons. You don't fight the winter. You find the beauty in the cold. You find the strength in the silence. We often look at Bruce as the ultimate fighter. But look closer. He was a father, a man trying to raise a son in a world that wanted to tear them both down. To the fathers and grandfathers listening, you know this burden, the silent pressure of being the pillar. Bruce didn't teach Brandon how to fight just to win trophies. He taught him how to fight. So he would never have to. He knew that a father's greatest legacy isn't the money in the bank or the house on the hill. It is the character he carves into the soul of his children. I am not teaching you to be like me, Bruce told his students. I am teaching you to be yourself. Are you leading by example, or are you just giving orders? A man's stoicism is tested most at the dinner table, in the way he speaks to his wife, in the way he handles a crisis when his children are watching. Bruce showed us that the dragon's roar is often a whisper of encouragement to the next generation. The world today is a machine. It's loud, it's digital, it's designed to keep you angry and distracted. Bruce Lee spent hours in the void, in meditation, in nothingness. He knew that if you don't have an inner sanctuary, the world will colonize your mind. Think about your day. How much of it belongs to you? Or are you giving your energy away to voices on a screen that don't even know your name? Stoicism is the ability to say no. No to the noise. No to the fake outrage. Bruce would sit for hours, just breathing, watching his thoughts, like clouds passing over a mountain. The mountain doesn't move because a cloud is dark. The mountain remains. Be the mountain. When Bruce Lee passed away at 32, he left behind a library of unfinished thoughts. Some say it was a tragedy. I say it was a masterpiece that was finished exactly when it needed to be. Because a warrior's life is not measured by its length, it is measured by its depth. To the man watching this, don't count the years you have left. Make the years you have count. If you have 10 years left or 30, live them with the intensity of a man who has already died and been given a second chance. The true secret of the dragon wasn't the 1-inch punch. It was the 1-inch life. The ability to be fully present in this very second, this breath, this heartbeat. As you go about your day, take this silence with you. Don't go back to the noise. Don't go back to the uidurma. Fake stories of glory. Go back to your work. Go back to your family. But carry the water within you. Be disciplined. Be humble. Be still. And remember, the spirit of the dragon doesn't live in a movie. It lives in the man who chooses to stand tall when the world tells him to kneel.